had to send pupils home. And as Stephen Fairclough reports, there are fears more will follow.
This school year has seen most COVID restrictions eased in most schools, with children allowed to mix much more freely than since the start of the pandemic. But that has come with a spike in COVID cases in schools. In September alone, there were more than 10,000 cases among pupils who needed to self-isolate. But if teachers have to self-isolate, someone has to look after their class. Traditionally, supply teachers have been hired in. But increasingly, like here at Easton High School in Cardiff, heads are finding it difficult to find the staff they need, particularly at short notice.
Where we can usually go to supply agencies and say, please can you send us 2 members of staff, they're going, well, A, everybody needs 2 members of staff, and B, we haven't got those staff because they are also ill. When you're working down your way through the 8th agency and telling you we haven't got any supply teachers anyway, you can see how difficult it is right across Wales and certainly I think the whole of the United Kingdom.
It isn't just a problem affecting secondary schools. Primary schools are facing similar challenges, and schools in rural areas have particular difficulties too. Some schools have had to send classes and year groups home in recent weeks. Unions fear it's only going to get worse.
Worst case scenario is whole schools closing down, because at a certain point, if you haven't got enough staff, then just health and safety says that, you know, it's not safe to open the school. You haven't got enough adults in relation to the numbers of pupils. So that's the worst case scenario. And, you know, I would think that there are schools who are, you know, at that tipping point.
The phones start ringing in this supply agency in Nangarrow near Pontypridd from 7 o'clock in the morning, with schools trying to find cover for teachers who are unable to come in. They've never been so busy and say it's only usually possible to find an individual to cover a class rather than someone with the correct subject skills.
If unicorns existed, that's what we would provide. If you look at the STEM subjects, your core subjects of science, technology, engineering, maths, etc., and then couple that with Welsh medium, it's virtually non-existent. It really is sort of the golden egg.
Some teachers are wanting to get back into schools. Sonia Killip is an English teacher based in Powys who's signing up with the agency so she can get back into the classroom.
I really kind of want to get back out there and be with people, actually. I want to, I enjoy working with all sorts of people and children, of course, but yeah, I feel like I'm lacking that sort of contact with people on a daily basis, and now that it's a little bit safer to do so, I'd like to get back out there.
The Welsh Government says it's committed to a review of the current model for supply teachers and wants to develop a sustainable model with fair work at its heart. Half-term is just around the corner. It will be a welcome break for teachers and for pupils alike. But as the nights draw in, as COVID continues to be a problem, and as winter approaches, many pupils, teachers and parents will be wondering just how many classrooms will have teachers in them all the way through till Christmas.
Stephen Fairclough there.